Hey, what up? It's 30. So, finally gonna make it. I'm gonna make a a little video on how to make the paracord bracelets that I wear. There's a lot of videos out there. I mean, a whole shitload out there. So, just try to give you the tips and whatever, things I learned or whatever. So, there's a bunch of guys who asked me to do this, but this is the most recent guy kind of pushed me to make it. So, this guy right here, Drag Kid 185. So first I'm gonna make I'll make the bracelet first, then I'll make another video after showing how to make the key fobs and stuff. So I'm just gonna show you how to make a basic, it's a cobra weave or cobra stitch or whatever. I don't use a buckle, I usually use a bead or something, just because I had these things laying around, and the buckles are kind of expensive. So anyways, you can do all kinds of shit though, man. This one is actually a ring, like a bottle opener. But then when I used it, I popped the cap off and it just dug right into my hand. So I don't really want to use it, but it kind of looks cool. So what I did was I used like 2 halves, stuck it on here. So be creative once you learn how to do the basic shit, And there's all kinds of accessories, compass, whatever. And, this one I used like 2 inner cores, I guess you could call them, 2 cores, and then I made one about this, made 1 strand, and then I went over it again. I think it's called a king cobra. I use this one when I'm hiking and stuff. Has a lot more cord, plus it has this nice bright color. I can run this side with the OD, or I could flip it over so it's kind of a little more visible. Anyways, so this is the second time I made this video. The first time I used camel colors and it was freaking it's kind of hard to see, so I'm gonna use nice bright manly colors this time. So that's how I do it. The way I attach it is I just use this clip it to my table, but watch out, the table gets all fucked up, so watch out for that. And then you just use a clip. You can clip it to whatever, man. This is just my method. Do whatever suits you, Just a little bit. Okay, and I already pre-cut everything so it doesn't take forever. Of course, shit you're gonna need: scissors, you're gonna need a lighter, measuring tape helps, and I recommend a pad of paper to write down different measurements. You're gonna have to play with the measurements to fit you, and whatever. Can't tell you all of them. So the one I'm gonna start out with, I'm gonna use these nice bright colors so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's a nice neon pink and like a neon teal or something, I don't know. And then a black core. I like using black for the middle just because it melts a lot better. So since this is kind of like a a smaller person probably gonna wear this, either like a younger person or a chick. So I'm gonna use 20 inches for this inside. 20 inches of black. All I do is fold in half. I just was overhand knot or whatever on the end. Leave about, I'm gonna leave a little bit extra on this one, but like a little ½ inch, just a little extra you can play with and loosen it a little bit, Okay, then I just clip this end on. Okay, not this way. And the way to hold this thing tight, I just use another piece of paracord, spare piece or whatever, but I've seen guys use like hangers, whatever you can. The thing is you want to keep this thing tight, so what I do is I pull this paracord and then I just sit on it. Keeps it nice and tight, makes your weave come out a lot nicer. So if you're gonna use 2 colors, all you gotta do, so since I'm using, this is 20 inches in the middle, right, but I don't know what it equals over here. So let's see, bracelet is probably going to be about 6 inches long, and I'm going to be using 6 feet. So the ratio is, I guess people say, is like however many inches you want it to be, that's how many feet of paracord you're going to need. So if you're going to make a 2-color one like this, see how there's like this inside color and then an outside color? If you just use one, it's going to come out like this, one solid color. All you got to do just take two equal lengths, you know. Now I'm just gonna melt it together. This is 236 inches. Every time I melt, I try to use like the side of the flame. Kind of works a little bit better. Get it nice and bubbly. Then you just melt them together. Of course, be careful. It's, you know, it's like molten plastic, and don't be a dumbass. And then the melt point might be kind of rough, and you know, you don't want the shit on your skin, so I kind of like take the edge of the flame to it again, kind of smooths it out. After you do that, usually I just pick which side looks better. This side, you can see, let's see, the melt isn't as this side kind of looks a little uglier. So I'm going to put this side on the outside, okay? So all you do is put it right in the middle. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay, just putting it right in the middle. Ugly side in so that the nice side is out. And then, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make an S. See that S? And we're going to stick this other color through the bottom one, through the top, right? And then come back to the back and come out the top one. See that? Try to keep the middle over here. And then at this point you can kind of adjust how big you want this loop to be. The loop that you know, you stick your bead through or whatever. Take that off for now. So you can adjust it. You know, I give it a, you know, ½ inch, a little bit more, an inch maybe. Okay, and then all you do is you keep making S's and sticking them through. You just keep doing the same thing. So whatever side you started with, you know, if I started with blue, you're gonna do blue the whole way down. If you keep switching, it's gonna make a spiral. You can do that too if you want. Just keep making S's on one side, you know. Then you'll get a spiral effect instead of that cobra weave that we're trying to make. So it's up to you. If you're just doing a single color, a good way to remember or, you know how to, which side you're gonna do the S with, is you see how this strand is coming like up and down, this pink one, and this blue one is going side to side. Whatever side has this pink, this vertical one, that's the side you do the S with. See, the side has that little up and down piece, making the S. Okay, stick it through this bottom part, and then back up through the top. Okay, just pull it tight. You're gonna want to watch out when you're pulling tight too on these things, because if you're always doing it like this, you're gonna get a lot of blisters on the sides of your fingers. So kind of like maybe give it an initial tightness like this, and then what I do is I kind of just work it in there a little bit with your fingers. It's up to you how tight you want it. I like it tight. What can I say? You know what I mean? Looks a little nicer. So I just keep doing this again. I'm using the blue to make that S. Whatever you make the S with will become this inner strand. Like this one, I just use black. I like the black and gray. It's kind of like goes with whatever you want, you know. But and the thing is too, they're always reversible. You just flip it over, and it'll be the opposite. But the only problem is, it has the inside has the burn. So if you don't want the burn to be visible, you got to plan ahead so that the unburnt side is facing out. You know, the side you plan on wearing it. And not a big deal, because usually, you know, it's on the bottom, so you wouldn't see it anyways. But you know, something to think about if you're real picky like that. So you just keep doing this, making the S. Keep doing this. I'm gonna finish it up. I'll show you how to make the bottom. Alright. Alright, so I'm almost at the end here. This is about maybe 1.5 inches. I'm gonna bring it down to about 1 inch. And again, remember all you're doing, even down to here, you're just making that S. It's gonna be a little bit tighter. Again, through the bottom, back up through the top. Okay. Just do it all the way down until you want to stop. I usually give it ½ inch, 3/4 inch, something like that. Okay. It's pretty good. Take this tensioner string, whatever you want to call it. Unclip it. Okay, so pretty much it's pretty much finished. I mean, all you gotta do is cut these little ends off. So like I said, you can you can reverse it, but it's gonna have that little melt mark. So I like to plan ahead, keep it on the inside so it's not visible. So make sure these ends are nice and tight. Just cut them off. Leave a little bit extra, you know, little end on it because you're going to want to melt it down a little bit. And then again, anytime you cut the paracord, you're going to want to burn it, or else it's going to, you know, fringe on you or whatever you call it. So I'm trying to use again like the edge of the flame, just kind of melt it out. So you gotta watch out when you're doing this part because you don't want to melt the stuff around it. It kind of looks shitty. It's all burnt and stuff. So I try not to. You might do it on the first couple ones, but it's not too bad. So again, just barely trying to melt it because I don't want to be melting everything around it. Alright, there we go. All finished. You might have to experiment a little bit with sizing, so you know, plan ahead. Just get a bunch of paracord. It's pretty cheap. I'll buy mine from para-cord.com. Sorry. There you go. It's pretty small, probably not gonna fit me, but you know, give it to your chick, your sister, give it to somebody, you know, something to practice on. Give away all your practice ones and throw them in your car. You can always use them. Again, to use them, you just pop out that little, you know, push through that melted piece, that end that you just finished, and just gotta unweave the whole thing. Now you can either leave the knot, you know, if you want to make it simple. I mean, the knot works fine. Sorry, I don't know how to make that fancy ass knot, so this is how I do it. I just use this, but usually I put something on it, so you can use that knot, it's fine. I like to use brass. Let's see if we can get this to zoom in. There we go. What is that? 45 brass. It's pretty easy to make. All you gotta do is saw it off the back and sand it down and shit. So you can also add, like I said, compass, whatever. You know, just make a couple. Once you get the weave down, you can do whatever the hell you want, man. Double wrap it so it's thicker. My dog has one. Here, Pete. See here, he's all tactical and shit too. Works good. And he just has knots, man, and they stayed. It's never felt fall off him yet. So works pretty good. I mean, you can even make a leash out of it if you wanted to. So there you go. Again, Drag Kid 185. The lanyard video's coming up. Other than that, if you want to check out how strong this shit is, check out my other video where I bust my ass a little bit. And again, it's because of my knot tying skills are shitty. I'm pretty sure the cord would have held me. So, this is dirty. Shoots.